Thank you. Thank you to all the state reps and state senators here, two of them, for your support for this program. Listen, we all know that appropriate treatment of severe mental health, behavioral health disorders among young adults is critical, and it provides these young people with better opportunities the, and the chance to lead a full and productive life. Yet too many families in Maine have struggled to find that kind of care close to home. We know that intervention during those teenage years can make a huge difference in somebody's life. And sometimes it takes sort of a acute intervention to help turn that life around, make them productive, happy, and members of society. No family should have to resort to an emergency room in a hospital to keep their child safe and keep themselves safe sometimes during an extended mental health crisis. Yet, I'll always remember 2 years ago when one mother told a news outlet her son waited nearly a year for a treatment bed for severe behavioral health needs. We don't have choices, she said. He is in constant distress. We got to figure this out, end quote. I couldn't agree more with that mother. I think the state can and should do better by children and young people with behavioral health needs and their families. I'll go off script for a second because this was not without controversy. Some people felt that no children should be in a facility like this, that it's too imposing or too restrictive. And yet the families know that sometimes there's no alternative, that you can't just dump a kid in a jail or an emergency room or with kinship placement who may not be the most suitable for that kid or for that community or that family. I'm recalling vividly my own parents. You know my family. I got two brothers who are lawyers. One was a state senator. I got a sister who's a doctor, and there's me. But there were 5 of us. And my brother David was different. Never got a high school degree. He worked on a GED for a while he was in jail for a bit for assault on an officer, and never got there. When he was 16, he was running away from home constantly. And he struggled with schizophrenia his whole life until he passed away 2 years ago. But he was a good, productive member of the community as well, and everybody loved him. But in his teenage years, I'll never forget my parents and us trying to figure out, hey, what's wrong with David? What's wrong with David? What can we do? Because he just wouldn't behave. And the word schizophrenia was kind of new to everybody then. We had no idea what to do about it. But with some help from people at Sweetser and other places, he did get through those teenage years and became what he is, what he was, at least a productive member of society who constantly dealt with mental health issues, but who was a member of our community. So I think about him and how the families struggle with this every day. And families who have no place to go for help. But with this legislature's support, our administration has invested nearly $270 million in additional funds for behavioral health in recent years. And I'm proud of that. That includes more than $5.4 million for this facility, just to rebuild this structure for residential psychiatric treatment. And funds to work through Maine Care, additional reimbursements for Maine Care, so kids aren't left out on the street or sent out of state for behavioral health that they need. Right now, nearly 19,000 children are getting some level of care, behavioral health treatment through Maine Care, including 3,000 here in York County. Our top priority is for children to receive services in their homes or in their communities, and we're always strengthening at-home and community-based services as well. But right now, it's not always possible for kids to get care they need close to home. And that's a tragedy in itself. With 16 new beds for young people who need a high level of psychiatric care, this facility will fill an important gap in the range of services we offer here in Maine. Maine is now just the second state in New England with this type of support for children and young people, following New Hampshire. This change will allow us to provide more timely, compassionate, and cost-effective services for kids close to their families and with additional confidence in local providers like Sweetser, licensed by the state, of course. Today marks the next chapter in a near decades-long effort by the state of Maine, behavioral health care providers, and lawmakers here today to strengthen our children's behavioral health system. I congratulate all of you, your funders and supporters and providers, and thank you for continuing to provide a high quality of care for children and families across Maine so that people like my brother David can get what they need close to home. Thank you.